Hello everyone, let's talk about process of communication. Now with the help of this flowchart, it is very easy to understand the process. There are two parties involved in the communication process, sender and the receiver. Also there has to be a message which is to be transmitted of course. Sender consists of two elements, thought and its encoding, and receiver consists of three elements, receptor, decoding and its understanding. We'll be discussing in detail in the coming slides. Now it is clear from the chart that communication process begins with a sender. Sender consists of two elements, thought and its encoding. Now thought is any idea or any information which is to be transmitted to the receiver. Now what is encoding? Encoding is basically putting that thought, fact or information into words which can be easily understood by the receiver. Now transmission acts as a challenge which bridges the gap between the sender and the receiver. Now we can use one channel or simultaneously two or three channels can be used so that our message becomes clear to the receiver. Oral or written form can be used. It can be done in the form of letter, telegram, fax, TV channel or through radio transmission. Now the process of communication is not completed until the receiver receives the message and understands it. There are three elements involved in it: reception, decoding and understanding. Now the receiver has to be fully prepared to receive the message. If he is not attentive, then communication will not be effective. Decoding means when the receiver attach meaning to the message being received. If there are any sort of jargons or any such thing which he is not understanding, so first he'll clear that, decode that message, and then final understanding, that means interpreting the message, will be done so that the aim for which the message has been transmitted, it should be achieved. Now, what is a disturbance? Anything which acts as a blockage, which acts as a hindrance in the communication process is a disturbance. Now, disturbance can be on the part of a sender or on the part of a receiver, or it may be on the part of a transmission. So, if any step, any hindrance is there, then definitely communication will not be an effective one. Now, these causes of disturbances can be on the sender side. If the sender doesn't encode the message properly, then definitely it will be a problematic situation. If there is poor transmission, maybe due to any improper connection or due to any transmission channel which has been used, or if the receiver doesn't receive the message carefully, if he is not attentive, then also it will be a problem. Poor decoding, maybe he was attentive enough, but he didn't decode the message properly, then it will act as a hindrance, it will act as a disturbance, and communication will not get completed. Or it may be hindrance at the last step when the receiver doesn't understand, doesn't interpret the message clearly, then also it can act as a disturbance. Now, feedback is very important to check the effectiveness of the message, whether the communication has been effective or not. It is very important to analyze through feedback. Let's try to understand the process of communication with the help of an example. Let's take an example of a BPO sector. एक BPO sector का example ले लेते हैं जो outsourcing करता है. Let's say उनके clients जो हैं वो US में based है. Okay, अब sender को या receiver को या जो employees है, let's say उन्हें कोई project में problem आ रही है, उन्हें नहीं पता चल रहा है कि इसको कैसे sort out करना है. And the channel of communication, let's say he will be chatting through email. So internet is the channel of communication. Now first step which the sender is going to do, पहले वो एक thought generate करेगा. Thought generate कर लिया कि ये problem आ रही है, इसको हमें message को transmit करना है. फिर उस thought को encode करेगा. Encode means converting that thought or converting the idea into words or language. Now obviously there are foreign clients, so they will not understand in the native language. So either the sender is going to translate the message in their language, या फिर अगर उस language में वो नहीं transfer कर सकता तो अपनी language में message को encode करेगा और जो receiver होगा वो फिर उसे decode कर लेगा. First step of receiver is reception. अब जो वहाँ पर foreign client है वो prepared है that he has to receive the message. अगर वो अच्छे से prepared है then definitely communication will be effective. उस मैसेज को रिसीव करने के बाद वो उसे डिकोड करेगा, उसकी लैंग्वेज में है या नहीं है। अगर उसकी लैंग्वेज में है तो कुछ ऐसे वर्ड्स या जार्गन्स या कुछ ऐसी चीज़ें जो उसे नहीं समझ में आ रही है, so he will try to attach meaning to it by decoding the message properly. And after decoding, there will be understanding of the aim and objective, that why the message is being transmitted, what is the exact problem, and then further action will be taken. उसके बाद अगर कोई प्रॉपर एक्शन हो जाता है तो हम कह सकते हैं थ्रू फीडबैक कि जो हमारा कम्युनिकेशन था दैट वाज एन इफेक्टिव कम्युनिकेशन. I hope you have understood the process of communication. If you want to check the nature and objectives of communication, I'll provide a link in the description box. If you like the video, please subscribe to the channel. Keep learning and keep growing.